So what I'm going to show you now is a traditional Indian bride, which is of course slightly Bollywood inspired. It's traditional, but at the same time, it has a slight edge to it. So starting with the eyes, I'm going to use a brown fluid line. It's called dip down. I'm going to line her eyes. It doesn't have to be very, very specific. This is just to create a lot of depth, and I'm going to blend it with a pencil brush. Also, why I prefer to use a gel liner instead of a pencil is because it's easier to blend. Also, this is a very good product because it's kind of waterproof. So for brides who are going to cry, they don't need to worry. Next thing, it's a 15 shadows palette, which is warm. So I'm going to start using a little bit of golden brown. Using a fluffy brush, just going to start adding the shadow here. I'm going a little bit higher than the lid so it gives it a nice contour because I'm going to layer it with gold anyway. Usually I also feel that the Indian brides are wearing so much jewelry and the clothes are also so embellished. I feel sometimes it's also nicer to just kind of relax with the makeup a bit and keep it more fresh. Just brushing a little bit of a highlighter. Just making sure that the brush is not too loaded because it tends to kind of deposit too much product in one place. Outer corners going a little bit darker. The shadow is called Dance in the Dark. Wow, what names, huh? Love the names. So just not too much, just keeping it still light and fresh. Just clean the brush and smudge it out. Dust off the excess powder so that it doesn't come down on the lower lid and make a mess of it. Let's see. Next up, I'm going to use the kajal pencil. It's called Squid. Almost every Indian woman loves wearing kajal. So that's a staple in India. These pencils are great because it's easy to apply and they're water resistant. So it's perfect for everyday wear and bridal wear. So I'm going to use number 7 lashes. I always like to color the spine with carbon so that it doesn't have those white dots which kind of show up on Indian skin tones a lot more. Very often I also use black glue, but today I'm going to use the regular white one. Just going to air it a bit and fix the lash. Using the back of the tweezer to just press it in. And very often I also find number 7 lashes a bit long for the eyes. So I've just trimmed off the last strand. That's it, look at me. Next up would be mascara. Just need to blend the real and the fake together. So I'm taking some loose powder. This is the 168 brush. I'm just going to powder it down again because this makeup needs to last the bride, say, almost 6 to 7 hours. Indian functions can be pretty long. Going back to the eyes, I'm going to take the dark shadow again. It's called Dance in the Dark, and rim the eye on the lower lid. Just very lightly, nothing too strong. Now, let's just do a little bit of a contour. This is gingerly. Just going to add it right underneath. Brow bone, temples. A little bit of the same on the chin and the hairline. Then the bridal glow comes in with Hush. You see the way the light hits it. There's going to be a lot of flash during photography, so it shouldn't look too much. And sometimes you can end up looking like an oily mess, which is not so great on a bride. So use it sparingly. You can always build on it if you want more. Just take a sponge and quickly run it over so that it just soaks up all the excess. We move on to a slightly deeper contour. So I'm using Shade Stir. Again, I'm going to use it very sparingly and only towards the outer side because it could get quite dark. So I'm going to take Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark and just try and carve out the face as much as I can. Some nice contouring color. Works really well on Indian skin tones. And even medium skin tones, actually. It's not just for Indian skin tones. Next, I'm going to move on to the lip. So I'm using a pencil called Plum. She already has a very full mouth, so I don't need to overdraw at all. Just for that little extra dimension. So what I'm using on her today is Ruby Woo, which is my favorite red, very, very favorite red. Going over the lip line a little bit. With Ruby Woo, one needs to be a little bit careful because it's a matte product and it dries really quick, but at the same time, it's sometimes a bit challenging to use. But if you do it as quickly as you possibly can, there is no other substitute for this color. I just love it. But sometimes it kind of drags a little bit. I wouldn't be worried. Blend it off a little bit with a Q-tip. What I'm going to do next is what I always like doing. I'm going to take another lipstick. It's called Relentlessly Red. It's another great color. I'm going to take a little bit on my finger and just put it in the middle. It kind of pops a little bit more. There you go. Done. Okay, so I think I'm going to just take her in, quickly make her wear her jewels, and bring her back, and then let's see what more we need to do. All right, so how do you feel now?
So beautiful.
All right, and so no Indian bride is ever complete without a bindi. I'm going to just put just a little bit of red right under here. Just a little bit of gold on the eyes may not hurt. Just in the center with a nice highlight. Let's see, open your eyes. So that's the Bollywood touch. So you have your traditional Bollywood beautiful bride. So thanks for watching. And for more videos, tune into the MAC Cosmetics YouTube channel.